This is the West End Ambulance Association facility in Millersville, Lancaster County. A lot goes on here. Over 150 people work out of this building. And of that number, 140 are volunteers. Let's see what they do.
My name is Robert Dallin. I'm the Executive Director at West End Ambulance Association. And I would like to give you a brief insight on the purpose of West End. We provide basic life support care. Some of the real concerns that I have for West End as well as other ambulance associations in the area is the need for additional volunteers and the need for finances. West End is a very unique organization in which we have approximately 145 volunteers supplemented by 10 paid staff. Also, we have just taken delivery of a new ambulance which costs us in the neighborhood of $66,000, which is just for the vehicle, not for the equipment that is on board. That is approximately another $15,000 to $20,000 for the additional first aid equipment that we do carry. So as you can see, it's a large amount of money just for one vehicle. And we do have 4 vehicles that we man 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People who volunteer and give of their time are a special group of people. We deeply appreciate their time and services and the amount of time it takes for their training. It approximately takes 3 months of training to become an emergency medical technician, which we require our people to have to run on the ambulances. Plus they have continuing education throughout a 3-year period before they have to go back and recertify to become an EMT. These people are very unique. They are few and far between, I'm sorry to say. We have an ongoing problem and concern with the pedestrians who are walking or who are in their vehicles when we are responding to a call. We will be going down the street and a person will pull up to an intersection and be looking right at us as we approach the intersection, and for some unknown reason they'll pull out in front of us. The time of response in Lancaster County is a very short amount of time. During the day we have emergency crews and routine transport crews here in the building, and in the evening we have 1 emergency crew in the building. It takes us about a minute from the time we receive the call from the county dispatchers to respond. We have approximately 6 minutes to respond to all of our calls before another ambulance is called to cover us. Now, if we are out on an emergency call already and a second call comes in, then we rely on our volunteer staff to come in and handle the second, third, and fourth calls in the district. On weekends and at night, the ambulances are manned solely by the volunteers.
Alright, it's a hustle. Hey, John. Yep. Go radio. Coming. Alright? Yep. You guys got suction in their litter. Okay? Okay, suction in their litter.
When these volunteers go out on a call, they never know what they will encounter. In the past, they have faced situations where physical violence and hazardous materials played dangerous roles. That's why it's comforting to know that area police departments will be on the scene for support and basic protection. However, before the ambulances roll, before injured parties receive care, a lot of thought and planning takes place. The West End Ambulance Association's Board of Directors is uniquely qualified to handle that aspect. This group represents a cross-section of the community. It includes a specialist in trauma, a nurse, a lawyer, and a technical engineer. Together, they not only draw up policy and supply leadership, but also outline the direction the association will take in the future.
Stand by.
think we need anything for now. Yeah, let's keep moving and see what comes.
I'm very proud to state that our quality of care is second to none in Lancaster County, and that is substantiated and supported by the hospitals upon the receipt of the patient at those.
And then you get attached. Sometimes when somebody dies, you don't like it. I mean, I had one who was 24 years old, and his wife's standing there. You're doing all you can to keep him alive, to do your airway, breathing, and circulation, and the medics worked frantically to keep him alive. 24 years old. And his wife's telling you, is he going to be okay? What do you think? You get into the emergency room, an hour later, he's dead. Yeah, it really stinks. It does. And like Dee and I were talking about on the way back, her job, she's one of the full-timers. She transports people from homes, nursing homes, from hospitals to home. Right. And each day, like say, if I would have cancer, I would go into the hospital and get radiation treatments. Or you might be with those patients 3 months, 4 months, 5 months out of it, and constantly get to know them because you're there with them the whole time. And you get to know this person. Well, I don't know, when you're in there, and then all of a sudden you read in the paper the next day that this person has died. They say not to get attached, but you do. You really do. I don't care what anyone says. And the ones that really shake me up are the kids. Are the kids. We had an 8-year-old boy struck. He ride his bicycle, 8 years old. I start shaking because I think of my own kid.
I think the general public sees West End ambulance only when they physically see them going by and say, oh, there goes West End, that type of thing. Or if they pass the building or see some of our crew people in uniform, that type of thing. It's a type of situation where people don't realize what is available or what is here until they actually need the service. Then they find out firsthand in a sometimes a trauma situation or maybe a very real life-threatening situation of a loved one, what West End is and what it's all about and what it can do for the public.
Well, there you have it, the West End Ambulance Association story. As you can see, they play a vital role in Lancaster County. But in order to survive, they need two things: volunteers and continued financial support. And that's where you come in. Thanks for watching.